Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update on XRP Ripple. Right now we're at 41 cents. We're up 2.21. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to piggyback a little bit off the video I did about 2 or 3 days ago saying that a move was looming for XRP here. And what we're doing, guys, we're still obeying this trend line. So we're going to dig into all that. We're going to do some projections of where we may go to the upside, where we may go to the downside. Remember, guys, I'm not the crystal ball guy. We're going to have a plan for the upside, the downside, and the sideways. That's what we're going to do here. And then we react to it and we respond to it, as the market continues to move. That's the way to go after it, guys. So if you like these XRP videos, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Appreciate you all being here with me. First, I want to start out with, if you've been following this channel for a while, we've been paying close attention to trendline breaks, and take a look at this one, guys. So what you are having here, we're having lower highs and basically almost like a flat bottom right here, but I want you to pay attention to the lower highs that were coming in. So this was the trend line that we were drawing here, and what happened was when we broke out of that, trend line on good volume. And take a look how much this price rose from 33 cents all the way up to around 47 cents. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but take a look at this percentage gain in terms of percentage. 44% to the upside, guys. Do you see that? And what's been happening now that I'm paying close attention to, I've had this trend line intact for quite a while now, and we set this nice higher low with a bullish piercing pattern with this candlestick right now. And what we're doing, we're trying to get back up above this 20 EMA, close up above it, so that we can then next target around 42 cents. And then it's going to be all the way up to around that 44. And then we'll go back and we'll try to target around that 45 cents. And that's huge gains, guys. Like I said, look at this percentage here. You have to be looking at percentages. But what I like to see is that we defended this trend line so far. You can see how we've just been working up this trend line. So what we're paying attention to the downside, if we start having candle closes below it, then most likely we'd come back down around this area 37 cents, and we'd see if we got to bounce off that. Then I would look to where we had this golden cross of our 100 over our 200, so maybe our 100 moving average there around 35 cents. Those are my downside and those are my upside targets. And what we also had right here was a stochastic cross to the upside off this trend line. So now what we need is volume and good follow through to have this move happen. And what I want to do is work through the time frames with you, because right now on the 1 day we have plenty of room to run to the upside. That's great. And what I like to do is also draw trend lines right there. And we're going to see if we break out of that. Even on the MACD, I'll draw trend lines, and it looks like we're starting to get a little trend line break right there. So we're going to keep close attention to that. But what I like to do is work through the time frames, guys. So let me get this trend line off here, and we're going to work through these just so you can see how things are changing with this stochastic RSI. So we'll go down to the 12 hours. Now 12 hours, it's looking like we're getting almost an overbought territory. We're at 91 and 75, so there's still more room to run. You've seen each time we really get up here. Okay, sometimes like 100 and 100 we'll get pegged out at. So that still can run harder. We'll go into the 8 hours, and this is where I start to look for this stuff. Starting to get a little double top there. We're paying attention to that. 4 hours. Up high as well on the 4 hour. And we're running right now into that 100-day moving average. So we're going to have to see what's going to happen with that. But what I like is that we're having higher lows. Do you see that? Each time we're having a dip, it's being defended. Right here was a bullish engulfing candle to the upside. So we're going to pay attention to that. So on the short term, in like the 1 hour, guys, 4 hour, 8 hour, it's looking like we're almost in those overbought conditions. But when it comes out to like the 1 day, it's looking like we have plenty of room to run. So if you're looking to hold for a longer position, like say you're wanting to get in now and try to ride it up during the bull market and you're just going to hodl, not a terrible spot when you're looking at the 1 day and all that. Remember, this isn't financial advice. I'm just telling you. But if you're looking for just a quick trade and you're trying to be in and out today, you'd want to be a little bit more cautious and just pay a little bit more attention. Because right now, 41 cents for XRP isn't too crazy in the grand scheme of things. And what I wanted to do is point this out to y'all. So we're going to go out back to the 1 day, and look how fast and how aggressive these moves happen all throughout this chart. So XRP, when it made this massive move, and look at this move, guys. Look how much I'm having to drag my screen down just to be able to fit it in here. And this is on the 1 day chart. So essentially, XRP went from about 24 cents all the way up to $3.30 in a month and a half. Like, that's how fast these things happen. So that's why we have to have plans and we have to be ready. I mean, this was just bull flag after bull flag, just coming up and just making higher highs and higher lows, higher highs, higher lows really fast. And what happened was we were built on stilts here. We went straight up. We weren't building a ton of support and resistance. So basically we had a complete bubble pop. And now look where we're at in terms of this market cycle, guys. We're starting to come back up. We're starting to set higher lows. And this is when the supply and demand starts changing and you start setting those higher highs and higher lows again. And eventually we can come back up here and hopefully challenge that. It's all based on market cycles. And what you can also see here, if I pull this, it's very, very shallow. Let's do it from about right here, guys. But you can see we have that slight uptrend that's going. Let me turn this a different color for us. So right there, you see it? And now it's just basically waiting to see if this is going to continuously be defended to the upside, because we're setting those nice higher lows, which is very important. Take a look at the stock here. You see that? But that's why we have to be ready, because these moves, they just happen so fast and this volume comes in so fast. We're at the point now, truthfully, if a stick of volume like this wanted to come in, it could happen very fast. Down over here, we were around 29 cents. We went all the way up to 78 cents. Happens that fast, guys. So we got to be very aware of that. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go through some more indicators here. Let me zoom back in. I want you to look at that trend line and pay close attention to it as we do all this stuff. Because what we're looking for are candle formations off trend lines with stochastic crosses, with MACD crosses. Those are the type of things I like to look for at least. So now what we're going to go to, let's hit our MACD. I'm going to go through a few of these. So on the 1 day, it's looking like it's a little more positive too. The histogram's starting to tick up. It's looking like we want a little MACD cross here, but you'd like to see some confirmation on that. So MACD's looking good. Let's go to our relative strength index. And with our RSI, yet again, we have higher lows that are coming in. See that? And we got a little bounce off it. So that's what I'm going to keep watching. You guys, you could almost turn this into a little symmetrical triangle here. If we drew this, because we're having lower highs up top, and now it kind of looks like we're breaking out of that. So maybe this is the move that we've been waiting for and patiently just being calm for and saying we're going to plan for it, but you'd still want some more confirmation. We want that volume to start increasing. And what I like to do to start picking out volume, since it comes in so fast and so aggressively, you can come in here on the 1 hour and really start trying to pick stuff out. Do you see how much different this stick of volume looks than all this volume down in here or this volume? See how these whales come in? This is all retail down in here. These are those whales. When they choose to make a move, they're going to choose to make a move. And what you can see here is that we're having higher lows right there. So now it's just that matter of time to see if we still defend this 20 EMA and if we have another move to the upside. Let me pull back out to the 1 day here, see if there's anything else I want to show you. Guys, pay close attention to profit taking. Do you see all these long wicks? Each time after we're having these long wicks, we saw a push to the downside. Long wicks, push to the downside. Look at these super long wicks up here. What happened? Push to the downside. So we have to be aware of this stuff, and this is what we want to do. We want to put the odds in our favor. Remember, when we have a good trade, we want to let it run. When we have a bad one, we want to cut it really quick. That's what you're looking for. So, guys, I wanted to bring this to you. Just pay close attention. We're still obeying that trend line. Things are looking good right now for XRP. I'm glad we got that out about 2 or 3 days ago just to put it on your radar. And everyone really liked that video. I appreciate y'all just, thumbs up and commenting. I'm going to try to get back to some comments in the next few days. Today I had my sister's wedding, so I just ran home quick. Got some more stuff to do today, but just been a busy day. So do the best I can for you all. God bless each and every one of you.